Good afternoon, D&D TikTok and barbecue TikTok and beyond, and welcome to Roll for Barbecue. Let's get it done. As always, this series is inspired by the popular Roll for Sandwich series by Adventures in Ardia. Let's get down to business and let's roll for meat. 1, we're doing beef again. Okay, let's see how we're making our meat today. 3, we're making a brisket. It's always a good time at the barbecue when brisket's on the menu. Of course, slap it first, and then we're going to do some trimming. We're trimming off all the hard sections of fat and anything that doesn't look too appetizing. At the end, we're looking for about 1/4 inch of fat to 1/2 inch of fat. Get rid of any silver skin and make sure you have a sharp knife. Save your beef trimming so we can make tallow. And now it's time for binder. 6, mustard. We're going to be using some Branch brand mustard. It's real easy. Just add a couple scoops and give it a good rub down. Make sure you get that binder on both sides. Once you have your binder down, it's time to roll for rubs. 1, Cajun 2-step and 20 Dealer's Choice. For Dealer's Choice, we're going to be using some Killer Hogs Texas Brisket Rub by How to Barbecue Right. Don't forget, this is a large hunk of meat, so you're going to want to season it liberally. Once you got that seasoning on, we're going to let it sweat a little bit, and then we're going to add some Cajun 2-step by Stale Cracker. The Killer Hogs Rub is going to make this beef profile a lot more prominent, but that Cajun 2-step is going to add a nice color to this. We're going to let it sweat for another 30 minutes, and now it's time to roll for wood. 5, Post Oak. We're not going to roll for char griller today, but we're going to use the biggest one that I have. So we're going to use the Grand Champ and smoke at 250 until we hit 175 degrees Fahrenheit internal. Once we hit that temperature, we'll wrap in butcher paper, and then we're going to let it rest for 2 hours in a cooler. After 18 hours, we got a nice jiggly brisket. And now, let's see how juicy this thing is. Now that's a wet brisket. And now it's time for Wild Magic. 19, turn into a burger. This will be interesting. We're going to use this brisket as the primary meat inside the burger. We're going to be using a sesame seed bun because that's all I have. Toast it, and now it's time to roll for cheese. 4, provolone. We're going to go ahead and put on our slice of brisket, and then we're going to hit it with provolone cheese. And of course, we got to get it all melty. Yeah, that looks good. And now it's time to roll for roughage. 1, lettuce and 8 bananas. Okay, iceberg lettuce and a lengthwise banana. And what's Wild Magic going to give us? 15, hash browns. I'm all for hash browns on a burger, but bananas? I must be breaking some kind of rule to put bananas on a brisket, so we're pulling out the chair. All right, click those tongs. It's time for the D20 sauce roll. 9, garlic Parmesan. This brisket took a wild turn today. The only thing that has me worried, of course, is the bananas on top of all this. So, let's saddle up, give us a good cross-section, and now it's time to try this monstrosity. I'm preparing for the worst, but there's only one way to find out. Here we go. Yeah, that's definitely not right. You honestly don't taste the banana. It's just a textural thing. Everything else about this is pretty solid. It's just that texture I can't get my mind around. Between the brisket, the garlic parm, hash brown, and cheese, this is a solid burger, but that mushy banana just does not add any good flavor to this. Now, of course, the brisket on its own is so delicious. It is tender, juicy, and has a really great flavor. The brisket is going to get a 10 out of 10 for sure. Now, as far as that burger, the brisket keeps the points on the high scale, but the banana knocks it down a couple points. So for that, we're going to give this one a 9.1 out of 10, and we're going to call this one the Kitchen Sink Barbecue. And just like that, that's episode 35. Be sure to like, follow, share, and subscribe. Check out our amazing sponsors, and of course, we'll see you at the next barbecue.